In this episode, I highlight a variety of things that I did while I was living and working in Sydney. Hello everyone, my name is Just Mike and welcome to Sensacious Hiatus, where I highlight my travels and share information with you on how I made those adventures happen. So after spending the new year in the Blue Mountains, I headed back into Sydney where I worked for 6 months, and since I was working a full-time Monday through Friday job, the footage in this episode is going to show mostly the stuff that I did on the weekends or on a holiday. And really just exploring the city on foot is something that I did quite often because it is such a beautiful place. I went on several day walks on the weekends as there are several beautiful coastal tracks close to Sydney. One of those walks was south of the city near Botany Bay.
Doing the La Perouse beach walk, whatever you want to call it. It's a really good view over here. Probably can't see it, but that's Sydney over there. It's pretty much straight south of Sydney. The airport's over there too.
This is the Henry Head Artillery Battery, which is located on the northern side of the entrance to Botany Bay. It was constructed in the late 1800s and was operational until 1910. However, the emplacements were also reutilized during World War II. There's also some more retired military outposts in the town of Newcastle, which is about a 2-hour drive north of Sydney. This is Fort Scratchley, which used to be a coastal defense installation, however it is now a museum. There are also heaps of good beaches and walking tracks north of the city to explore. You can also take a quick train ride out to a place called Morrisett Park, which is a great place to see wild kangaroos in the Sydney area. I also want to note real quick too that you should never feed wild kangaroos, as this can lead to them becoming unhealthy. That being said, I found the kangaroos at this park were more than used to being around people, and you're likely to find many other visitors feeding the kangaroos here. Several movies have been shot in Sydney, so it was pretty fun to find filming locations around the city. Here's one filming location that can be seen from the light rail just before you arrive at Sydney Central Railway Station. It's not the closest archway here, but that one down there where they shot the scene from The Matrix where Neo meets up with Trinity on a rainy evening.
Get in.
So yeah, there have been several blockbuster movies filmed in Sydney, with The Matrix being just one of them, and I really enjoyed finding these locations almost as much as I enjoyed living in this city. And I know this episode jumped around a lot, to say the least, but all this footage was shot over a 6-month time frame during which I was working full-time in this awesome city. And with that being said, that is going to wrap it up for this one. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. In my next episode, I'm going to set out on a 2-night backpacking trip along the coastal track in Royal National Park. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.